Good morning, guys. Hello. I'm at Wayne Bodywood again. The time. What is the time? I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, it's cold today. 9:34, and it's Wednesday. And I've come to Wayne Bodywood. My stuff's here. He's gone collecting wood, and I'm going for my walk. So the dogs may be running backward and forward, and yeah, this film may get interrupted. A bit like yesterday's. I came yesterday. I had so much to say to people about all this stuff with OPPT and arrest warrants and everything, and turned on my camera and was chatting away, and suddenly I realised it wasn't filming because the battery was exhausted. Anyway, let's say a quick hello. Hello guys. So I think we need to be kind to people. I think kindness is our natural state of being. And I think that there is much talk from people who feel that there should be punishments meted out, there should be this happen, that happen. We can't continue in the way that we have existed for all these years. This kind of thing of we have the right to punish, we really don't. And we have to be kind. We have to understand that there are many people who won't hear of what's going on because they don't watch alternative media. You have to remember that this system that has been in operation has been so for centuries and centuries and centuries, really. I took you to Kenilworth Castle and I showed you that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, really. And it is very hard for people who have been programmed over centuries to believe a certain thing. It's not going to happen that everybody's going to, suddenly go whoopee, because they actually believe in the systems that have been put in place for such a long time. So, for example, I have spoken to people about it who have said, well, it hasn't been on TV, I haven't seen anything in the paper. And, we have to be kind. We have to understand that they believe that that is the truth mechanism. If it hasn't been shown on the BBC, then quite frankly, it can't possibly be true. And there's nothing wrong with that, because all of us have been in that place at one time or another. And it's about kindness now. It's not just about kindness to select fellow human beings. It's about kindness to all human beings. It's about kindness to all beings, all life, all energy. I don't believe in punishments. I never have. I don't think they work. All it does is make you fearful. And if we think that people are going to sit and be remorseful about what they have done when they have actually been locked away or whatever we decide the punishment should be, you're mistaken, I think. I think people Maybe a small few would do that. But I think in the main, people just focus their attention to the ones who have locked them up. It's about kindness, guys, honestly, and the vibration will be kind. The vibration will knock out the other vibrations eventually. But it is down to us to kind of get that vibration spinning. There have been people before us who have done it, and we need to kind of pick up. It's not about focusing on what punishments should there be. It's not about any of that. It's about kindness and it's about love. That is what has been missing, and that's what needs to be kind of, well, it needs to overload the system. That's what it needs to do. And it shouldn't be about, it doesn't work. Let's just put it like that. It doesn't work. I have actually been looking into lots of things about Scotland, because I almost feel like I want to revisit the places and the lives of my ancestors, my Scottish ancestors, and to see how their lives were affected and impacted by these systems. You know, and one of the books that I read, Sunset Song, oh my word, what a book, what a book. It's a wonderful book. It's got a little dictionary at the back, so that some of the Scots words like kirk, you can just see that it means church and oyen and ben and get ben and things like this. It's a wonderful book, and definitely worth going to the back and translating the words into their correct meaning. But basically this was about a small Scottish community of farmers, and about how the First World War, it was about life really, but about how the First World War impacted on this group who we begin to love and understand as the story is told, and about how they were carted off to a war that they didn't understand, meant nothing to them, and even those who tried to protest and say they were just there for the land, you know, they were broken and made to volunteer, join up in the end. And about what happened to the land while the farmers were away, the government came and removed all of their trees because they were needed for building and construction and one thing and another, and that this actually rendered the land useless in the end. So these men who'd given lives, their time and everything to go killing in another country for a cause they didn't really understand, came back, those that did, to their land useless, and definitely not a hero's welcome. And that interested me, and I felt for my grandparents who, you know, lived in that kind of community, and the things that they have experienced, you know, and we need to kind of, well, you don't need to do anything, because I always say, I felt that I have a need to almost purge and cleanse my historic past as far as I can, and like recognise that everybody has been affected in some way by these systems that have been in place for the longest of times. And I know it doesn't work to just remove the problem and punish it, because I've gone further and further back into Scots history. And, you know, we have King Charles and everything that went on with him. And here we have a king who was beheaded. And a man called Oliver Cromwell, a farmer who stood for the people. But in the end, he became the very thing that was beheaded. Yes, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The only thing that does work is love and kindness. And there's something else I want us all to think about as we're pointing fingers and waving around banners that say off with their heads, or, you know, things like this anyway. Is, okay, we might not have been fully aware of things that were going on. I still don't think we are. However, we've done nothing really to stop it. And we have known of horrors that have gone on, and we have done nothing to stop it. And I think we need to actually look to ourselves as well. And if I was, say, one of the people in an indigenous community where the English went and basically stole everything, I was one of the beneficiaries of that. Do you understand what I mean? And I think there's lots of things in the Bible and in most holy books that are very, very true, or they hold some belief for me. And one of them is about the speck of sawdust in another's eye, and us trying to remove a speck of sawdust while we have a plank of wood in our own. And I do have a plank of wood. And I think to myself, what I need to do is to understand as much as I can of what has happened and what is happening, to take responsibility and to do my research, and to then really be responsible for my space on this planet, and to send out love and kindness, and to treat others exactly as I would wish to be treated myself. And I think if we do that, each of us, the vibration changes, and with it everything changes. And we will forget the systems of punishment and incarceration, and yes, they don't work. They don't work. So all you're really doing is producing another victim. I have much to say about these things, but I'm going to go now because my stuff is somewhere getting wood. I don't know where. And I am distracted by that. So I'm going to go now. But yes. Focus on me, you. Focus on your well-being. Focus on your own freedom. And let's just do it one barefoot at a time. If we focus our attention to ourselves and fill our beings with love and kindness, that is far, far more beneficial than baying like a mob, because that just evokes the mob mentality. And let's face it, guys, We've lived with that for centuries. Okay, bye-bye feet. And keep looking up. It is the only way to look. And remember, enjoy life. Live it. It really is why you're here. And I'll catch you tomorrow. So from Honey, who's charging around over there, is here she comes. And Ebby is up there, and quite a lot of birds. It's goodbye. Bye.